Okay, so this is great. We ironed out all the details, we finalized everything, so let's proceed forward. And you know what? It's a great opportunity. So, I'll get them to look at this in the morning, and I suppose you're gonna want this in writing.
Nah, we're shook on it. See ya.
Now is the moment it can all come home to you. Because this week, Future Shop has great deals on everything for your home. A JVC DVD home theater in a box, a Sony 27-inch flat screen TV, a Toshiba Pentium 4 notebook, a Toshiba DVD player, and a Sony 51-inch widescreen projection TV. All backed by our lowest price guarantee. Future Shop helps you bring home more of the moments you live for. Future Shop. You'll like what the future has in store and online.
The way that you are, it's just the way that you talk, like it ain't no thing, and every single day is just a play.
Try the new chocolate extreme blizzard treat from DQ, the only place that dare make sweet cocoa fudge, rich chocolate chunks, and moist brownie pieces with creamy DQ soft serve. Got a thing for chocolate? DQ, something different.
I'm running late. Start without me.
Squeeze.
Ow.
Limited flexibility.
Taking care of you, Mary? Diagnosis.
Inflammation pain. Arthritis inflammation pain.
Exactly. Solution?
Targeted pain relief.
Aspirin. Aspirin relieves the burning pain of arthritis inflammation right at the site. Sounds good, Jack. Keep it up. So we know that aspirin relieves everyday arthritis pain. Anything else?
Aspirin is also doctor recommended for supervised daily preventative therapy.
Available coated. Ask your doctor if aspirin is right for you.
It happened on Hockey Night. Brought to you by Ford of Canada, Canada's #1 choice.
Following a 7-player Toronto Ranger trade in February 1964, New Leafs Andy Bathgate and Don McKenney were in our studio with Ward Cornell.
Well, it'll take a few days. Actually, as Muzz was saying, I've been in the Ranger organization since I was 9, so that's 22 years, and all of a sudden you're through with it. But I was very fortunate in the Ranger organization. I've been very lucky, and hope that I can be of value to the Leafs.
Well, now, that was the initial reaction and surprise. Now, what are your feelings now that you're with the Leafs?
Well, I just hope that I can live up to Punch's expectations. I know they're having troubles on the power play, but I think it will take a team effort, and I just hope that we can gel and really be a good contender. They got a championship team here, and I hope that it will help them out from here on in.
We'll have the NHL standings and the 3 stars of tonight's game.
Saddle Dome, their 42nd of the season, 94th pointer, 4 3-stars from Calgary. First star tonight from the Vancouver Canucks, Brendan Morrison had his 23rd goal of the season. The second star, Todd Bertuzzi, 2 assists tonight for Todd. Star number 3, Marcus Naslund, the captain, his 40th goal. There they are, the top line in hockey scoring-wise, and here is Brendan Morrison. Wow, what a great second half of the season. Where did this come from?
Well, we got challenged at Christmas time, and we had a big meeting, and I think everyone kind of took that to heart and had to look in the mirror, and we had to turn it around ourselves. So, I mean, we never really lost the hope or belief. We still knew we could turn it around if we just went out and played the way we were capable of playing.
Is it exciting for you, having come from a place like New Jersey where defensive hockey was a priority, to play on a club where you score more goals than anybody else in the National Hockey League?
Well, it's been a lot of fun this year. There's no question about it. You know, being an offensive guy and getting a chance to play with Marcus and Todd has been incredible. You know, I think I learned a lot in New Jersey about being patient and playing well defensively, and I think that's helped me get where I am today.
Do you care? Do you care who you play first round, or is there a little thing in you that says, I want to play somebody like whoever?
No preference, really. I mean, we talked about it a bit amongst ourselves, but I mean, we're just happy to get in. This is, you know, one of our goals at the beginning of the year, and now we're there. We feel we can do some damage if we continue on this way.
Brendan, one last thing. Do you value just a little bit of rest? As the guys said upstairs, every game has been a must-win game for you this second half.
Yeah, it's been a grind for us, no question about it. It seems like we've been playing playoff-style hockey for almost 2 months now, and it wears on you a bit, not only physically but mentally. But I mean, I think at this time of the year you have so much adrenaline, you don't have time to stop and think about if you're tired or not. But you know, a couple days off here will be nice for our team, and we'll regroup and get ready to go.
Congratulations on a great season, Brendan. Good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you very much.
Brendan Morrison of the Vancouver Canucks had his 23rd tonight, and the Canucks win this one in convincing fashion to end their season 4-1 over the Calgary Flames as Hockey Night in Canada continues.
We have always felt that our trucks were tougher than anybody else's trucks. I've had people say to me, I own a Ford truck, and I have 120,000 miles on it, and it's still as good as the day I bought it. Our trucks are perfectly suited for Canada because Canada is the birthplace of tough. Built Ford Tough is what we deliver. The people say to us, I will only buy Ford trucks. I mean, I love hearing that.
My dad's gonna build us the coolest treehouse.
I don't have a clue what I'm doing here. Well, let's see what you got. Oh, wow, a treehouse.
He can build anything.
Never built anything before. Relax, I think you're in the right spot. He wants a trap door.
Balcony, rope swing.
I'm going to suggest 16 penny.
You can do it.
You sure I can do this?
He's a genius.
Trust me. All right.
Dad?
Yeah.
Thanks.
How do you say limon? Bacardi limon on the rocks. Limon and cranberry. Limon Caesar. Limon margarita. Limon and lime soda. A new twist. Bacardi limon.
Your thumb within your thumb, and that'll be your club.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
That way you won't throw the club when your head's way up because you're looking where you're not supposed to.
Am I not supposed to look?
No. Head down. Take a swing now.
Hey, Sean. Who's that dancing with your wife?
That's Cinderson. Nice pants. Very nice pants.
Now, from Dockers, dress casuals, finally guys have an answer to the little black dress.
Oh, the curtain comes down on Calgary, Alberta tonight. Alberta not in the playoffs, neither Edmonton or Calgary. 4-1, Vancouver wins it. They're moving on. Here's Coach Mark Crawford. Well, you could be 5th, you could be 8th, you could be anywhere in between, but put a stamp on what's happened down the stretch. It's been magnificent.
It has been an absolutely magnificent race to the finish here, and obviously our guys were great. They were terrific from Christmas on. Obviously, we're going into the playoffs with bundles of confidence, and obviously we were going to have our work cut out for us whoever we play, because those top 4 teams are all playing pretty good hockey, and obviously we know we're going to have our hands full with whoever we get, but we wanted to get the 2 points tonight because we figure if we can jump up in the standings, obviously that's the thing to do. You know, Detroit has been rested, and I think that's the one team that most clubs don't want to face, and they deserve that type of respect for the year that they've had. Doesn't mean that we don't think that we can beat them if we are the eventual team that comes up against them, but they're a great club, and I think everybody's trying to avoid them.
Yeah, Phoenix, as we take a look at the standings, Phoenix, LA, and Chicago have got one left. There you are, currently in 5th position. You know, it's a cliche question. Does it matter to you at all who that first round is against? Is there one that you value more than another?
Well, I'll give you a cliche answer. No, I don't value one over the other. You know, I just said that Detroit's the one team that everybody wants to avoid in the first round. But you know, if we get them, that's who we're going to get, and we'll have to play great against them.
What about grabbing this team at a certain point in the season? Who did it? Where did it come from? Where did the challenge occur? And what was it that you or somebody else challenged amongst this group to make them better?
Well, I think Brian Burke had a great meeting with the guys right after we came back from the Christmas break, and he told them, hey, we believe in you guys, and we won't change any of the core people. if you guys go out and prove that you can play, and you can play at the level that we think you can play at. And he held true to his word. He made a change with Barahowski and Peterson to Phoenix, but they were guys that were kind of on the fringes of our lineup. Good character guys, but we got 2 good character guys in for them in Letowski and Warner, and obviously we're hopeful down the road that this Tyler Bouk kid who we also got will be able to play. And I think that meeting kind of woke the guys up and made them realize that, hey, yeah, we've got to do things a certain way, and we've got to play the way that will make us successful, which means we've got to use our speed, we've got to use our depth, and we've got to have a contribution from everybody. And then the big guys really took over. Bertuzzi has just been magnificent in the second part of the season, as has Marcus Naslin. Jovanovski kind of held us in there at the start of the season, and I think the addition of Trevor Linden has been huge for us too, because you know, we're a much more complete team this year, obviously without the injuries, but also with a little bit more experience as well.
Well, Mark, I know you'll value just a little bit of a break because every game's been a must-win situation, but congratulations on the run, and good luck in the postseason.
Thank you very much.
Mark Crawford, head coach of the Vancouver Canucks, 94 points, 42 wins this season, moving to the playoffs. The shirt off their backs, the Calgary Flames in the spotlight here, their final game at the Saddle Dome for the season. As we continue on Hockey Night in Canada.
What is a red tag day, you say? It's a day you say goodbye old car and hello brand new Toyota. You've been waiting long enough. Roll film. Oh, look, there's your dream machine. Technology, style, and power. You know you love them. Right there's a 2003 model. Let's get you to Access Toyota Red Tag Days right now, and you can get a brand new Toyota. And I'll take care of the old car for you. Don't worry, I'm a very safe driver now.
Reading on the 1202 program alarm. Roger, we got you. We're going at
Michelin, proud to be the only tire of the space shuttle, because so much is riding on your tires.
Must be something heating up in your backyard.
Tensions boil over in a sleepy Alberta town.
Friggin' tree huggers, that's what it's all about.
And when everyone's a suspect.
Presumably you sent us these letters to be helpful.
Isn't it enough to be warned? The road to the truth takes some dangerous turns.
Well, imagine running into you out here. Guess I nearly did, eh?
Don't miss the season finale of Tom Stone, Monday at 8 on CBC.
Peter Scudra celebrates his 10th personal victory of the season. For Vancouver, it's their 42nd of the campaign as they get by the Calgary Flames of 4-1 here at the Pengrowth Saddle Dome. Well, the playoffs begin Wednesday, coast to coast, as the search for Lord Stanley's Cup continues in earnest. Ottawa plays Philly, Montreal plays Boston, Toronto and Vancouver still up in the air. For those of you leaving us, thanks for watching, and good night from Calgary. For all the rest, stay tuned for our last edition of the season of After Hours.
Maybe we should wallpaper.
Yep, I'll get swatches. You look frazzled. I'll get out of your hair.
Chicken lovers are finding any excuse to get to McDonald's right now for our new Chicken Select Strips. An exciting new taste at McDonald's for a limited time. Tender, juicy pieces of all-white seasoned chicken breast served with your choice of plum or spicy hot sauce.
Honey, do we have a
trombone? No, I'll go buy one.
How do you say limon? Bacardi limon on the rocks. Limon and cranberry. and Caesar. Limon Margarita. Limon and lime soda. A new twist. Bacardi Limon.
Boston pizza. Come and get it all.
Last trip for a while, I promise.
So where are you going again?
Paris. Wanna come?
It's what's on the inside that counts. Under the surface. Close to the heart. It's what divides us and brings us together. It's what matters close to home. And around the world, CBC News World. Trusted, connected, Canadian. Tuesday, dreams of coming to Canada.
I lost trust in people.
Turned into nightmares by devious advice.
I said, don't worry about it. If we have to lie, we're gonna lie. We're gonna invent something.
CBC News Disclosure, Tuesday at 9.
Monday on Tom Stone.
Another one. A warning.
Tensions boil over in a sleepy Alberta town, and the road to the truth takes some dangerous turns.
Well, imagine running into you out here.
Don't miss the season finale of Tom Stone, Monday at 8 on CBC.
Tonight in the nation's capital, Ottawa can't make it too straight for Roger. They'll be 7th after a 5-2 loss to the Leafs. Tom Barrasso shuts them down. They'll face the Philadelphia Flyers the first round. Tonight in Montreal, the Habs playoff bound, but they are less than razor sharp against the Sabres. Shutout 3-0. The Habs will play the Boston Bruins. And tonight, the curtain comes down in Calgary. The Canucks go to the postseason with 42 wins, the latest a 4-1 victory. Brian Helmer gets the winner over the Calgary Flames tonight. After Hours, Afterglow on this 2001-2002 regular season. Our last chance to get with the fans comes in the Stampede City as we all drive on to the chase for the Stanley Cup. Hi, everybody, and welcome to Calgary, Alberta, and After Hours. We're here with Kelly Rudy and Mike Vernon, who was heroic in the net for the Calgary Flames tonight, in spite of the loss. What a season. It's been interesting, hasn't it?
To say the least, yes. It's been a tough season for myself and for the team. I think we got off to such a great start. Our expectations were so high, and for us to falter down the stretch, it's quite disappointing.
All right, let's get to some emails for you here, Mike. This is from John in Calgary. What are some of your memories as a Calgary Flame, and the good ones?
There's a lot of them. We had some good teams here in the mid-'80s and things like that. And Stanley Cup, beating Edmonton out in '86. Parade here in Calgary. 2 parades, matter of fact. I missed one of them, but that's all right. We didn't win that year. But it was, there's a lot of good memories here. It's a great hockey town, and you can see tonight by the attendance, there's a lot of support here for hockey.
I know you always conducted yourself with the greatest of respect for the city and all that. Kelly, you would do the same, wouldn't you, if you were a goaltender in any place? You'd never do anything cheesy or anything like that, would you?
Where's he going?
Well, why don't we just roll this? This is from a local. This is from a soap opera.
Oh no!
Yeah. Well, let's just take a look. What happens here?
Don't
Watch,
really
Mike,
stand
I'm
a
on
chance.
the soap opera.
It's coming.
another scene. Imagine this.
There he is, right there. Kelly Rudy, the lounge singer.
I can't believe that.
That is unreal.
That's bad stuff.
That's L.A.
I was in 4 scenes on that soap opera that time.
What was it, Days of Your
No, General Hospital.
Oh, was that General Hospital?
Is that a good one?
I don't know. You got a question for Mike?
I do. Mike, you're 7th on the all-time win list for goalies, which is incredible. But this season, kind of like the year we went together in San Jose, it was tough on me. It's hard to win. How tough was that this year for you? The wins were hard to get.
Yeah, they were hard to come by, and I played a lot of back-to-back games and things like that, but I still enjoy the game, and it was frustrating, there's no doubt, but I still enjoy coming to the rink and playing and practicing for that matter, but we'll see how this summer pans out.
Just quickly before we get to our poll question, Mike, you guys are professional athletes who play for a lot of money, but do things like 400 wins motivate you? You're 15 shot. You've been talking to my mother, haven't you? Well, it would be really nice to, but I got to evaluate the whole situation. I have family, I have 3 children. I just have to look at the whole scenario and evaluate that this summer. Okay, let's go to our poll question here on After Hours tonight. Who should be the NHL Coach of the Year this season? Is it Scotty Bowman, Detroit? Bobby Francis done a great job with the Phoenix Coyotes. Robbie Ftorek in Boston, they won their division, #1 in the East. Brian Sutter's bounced back in Chicago. Michel Therrien brought it together in Montreal. And Mark Crawford, a late candidate perhaps with the Vancouver Canucks. Here's how to reach us. www.cbd.ca/sports/hockey. They're allowed here in Calgary. Follow the links, our email address, afterhours@cbc.ca, or phone us 1-866-226-HNIC. Here is a question from Brandon, Manitoba for you, Vern. Did the Cup in Detroit compare to the Cup in Calgary, or were they equally great? That's from Cindy and Brandon.
Well, they're definitely equally as great. They're both phenomenal teams that I've played for. They're great situations, and anytime that you can get an opportunity to play for the Stanley Cup, you gotta just thank your lucky stars.
Mike, thanks very much, and nice game tonight.
Thanks a lot, Scott.
Thanks, Vern.
Great. Mike Vernon there of the Calgary Flames. And here's our trivia question tonight on After Hours as we say thanks to Mike Vernon, who was the last player to win the Hart Trophy as an NHL MVP from a non-playoff team. Al Rollins, 1954, Chicago Blackhawks, a goaltender. How about Andy Bathgate, the New York Rangers? That was back in 1959. Mario Lemieux of the Pittsburgh Penguins in 1988. Or Wayne Gretzky of the 1989 Los Angeles Kings. We're going to break here on After Hours. Jerome McGinley is coming up next as we continue.
Closed captioning for this program is brought to you by the Globe and Mail, where perspective is everything. To subscribe, call 1-866-36-GLOBE.
What is the scent of an avalanche? Smell this.
New Speed Stick Avalanche, an intense new scent that smells good.
Cool.
Tough 24-hour protection, a scent inspired by the power of nature.
5 minutes.
When you think of Italy, you think of things like the latest fashions. Want to go to Subway? But best of all, great tasting bread.
Our new roasted garlic on Italian starts with classic Italian bread. Then we top it with garlic powder and spices and bake it all together.
Subway!
Well, you walk around the corner, girl, come on back and don't pass all the further left in the corner, right now slip the clock's left out of man, and come on back around 11 grand.
Take the woman on your right, link your arms, spin to the right. Very nice.
A Clarica agent can make sense of almost anything, especially your investments and insurance. Clarica.
Your cheating heart will make you weep. You'll cry and cry and try to sleep, but sleep won't come the whole night through. Your cheating heart will tell on.
I was looking for the best control of wild oats. Dependable, reliable, consistent. I found it with Horizon. And I found something else, too. Unsurpassed crop safety, with all the tank mix options I could ever want. And that's why I stepped up to Horizon. And I haven't looked back. Horizon is a step up in wild oat and millet control.
The last Saturday of the season, the last appearance for the Calgary Flames, the last warm-up for the playoff-bound Vancouver Canucks, and it's time for us to skate the last shift on After Hours.
Well, I try not to think too much about the cancer. I again feel lucky that I'm able to keep going and keep doing things. And you get used to living with it, and you hope it's just gonna keep going.
We were having breakfast, and he came over. He came over and shot the breeze with it and everything, and I said, and he walked away. I said, there's the sign of a good guy. When you're flying high and you come over and say hello, that's the kind Roger is. He's got the best reputation in hockey, and God love him, I'm glad he's doing great.
The days of Eddie Belfour and as the Dallas' #1 goaltender are absolutely finished. I mean, Belfour faltered down the stretch. They made the commitment to go with him this year because they felt they owed it to him because of what he's meant to the organization in the past, but now they're moving ahead.
Back in Calgary at the Pengrove Saddle Dome, there he is, Jarome Iginla. 52 goals, 96 points. Most assuredly the Rocket Richard Trophy winner. Most assuredly the Art Ross Trophy winner. Hart Trophy candidate, no question. Congratulations on a great season, Jarome.
Oh, thanks a lot.
Thanks for taking the time to join us. Let's get right to the questions because there's lots of people who want to ask you things. This is from Stacy in Saskatoon. Other than the Olympic gold and scoring 50, what other moments stand out from this hockey season?
I think that the most exciting time I've had professionally with Calgary has been the first 20 games we had this season. We were on a roll. We lost 2 of our first 20, and things were going really well. And that was a lot of fun in our dressing room, and that was pretty exciting.
You know what? We got a very special question for you, Jarome. This one comes from upcountry here in Alberta, and you're a native of Alberta. So here's the question.
Hi, Jarome. It's Becky in Vermilion, and my question for you is, where did winning the gold medal at the Olympic Games rank in your career?
Thanks, Becky. Definitely winning the gold medal that's a highlight of my career. That just being a part of the Olympics and the whole Olympic spirit and the Canadian, the fans there. Playing in that final game was the most exciting game I've been a part of, and playing with those guys, Lemieux and Yzerman and Sakic. I feel really fortunate and blessed to got to be a part of it.
Yeah, I would just love to show people a little bit about that. Was Becky Scott, of course, won a bronze medal in cross-country skiing for Canada at the Olympic Games. First ever North American woman to win a medal in cross-country skiing. There was a rally for her today. I was there as the host. I had a great time in Vermilion, but there were 3,500 people in attendance to see Becky Scott on Becky Scott Day in Vermilion, Alberta. And of course, there's still some question as to whether or not she might win the gold medal in cross-country skiing. But a terrific role model for all cross-country skiers, and I know another fellow Albertan, and very proud to be one. So had a good question for you. Kelly, you got one for Jerome.
Yeah, Jerome, you guys have made a lot of progress as a team, I felt, this year. What still do you guys have to work on now?
I think as a team, we do have a lot of good things going. I think our defense is one of the best young defense in the game. Roman Kirk is, Mike Britton, they've been so solid for us all year in goal. And, we have a lot of rookies who've really jumped up for us too. But what we need to improve on is definitely our specialty teams. It's something that when we were near the top at the beginning of the year in our power play and in the top half on our penalty kill in the top of the season, we were winning. Right. And then it kind of left us, and that's something we got to improve on for sure on both sides of it.
Okay, you're an Edmontonian. Here's a question from Judy in Vancouver, BC on our internet device. How did you feel as you ended the Oiler playoff hopes last night?
That's a tough question.
Oh, boy. You're going home, remember.
I guess, for our team, being out of the playoffs, Edmonton's been responsible for a few of the last years we've been out of the playoffs. They've beaten us out at the end of the year, and I think if you ask any team, when they have a chance to put somebody out of the playoffs. We want to win that one, and it felt good for our team to go into Edmonton. I'm sure our fans wanted us to win that one too, so it felt good.
Well, you made it happen there last night. Here's Tim in Prince George, British Columbia, with a question. How important is winning the Hart Trophy for you? It's not determined yet whether you are in fact one of the finalists, but it's very likely. That's from Tim in Prince George.
Well, Tim, I'd love to win the award. But just even to be, just considered in the running, or people even talking with my name in there, it's a real honor because all the people who've won it in the past, and the people who've had such great seasons for their teams this year. It's but just being even considered is a real honor and a compliment.
Jerome, you really work out a lot in the summer. You have a great reputation for that, but you have quite a few months here getting ready. Any vacation plans? What are you going to do?
There'll probably be a vacation. Usually at the, unfortunately being out of the playoffs now, it is hard to watch the playoffs, but I still watch. It's hard, but I still watch. And usually right after the season, probably get away for a couple weeks, and then right in the middle of, probably beginning of May, start getting serious again and focus to try and come back. And I think all of us want to get ready to have a good season next year.
You were talking about the fact that the Olympic experience was a positive one for you, and I'm sure you met a lot of guys that you're rivals with through most of the regular National Hockey League season. So Bonnie in Whitehorse, the Yukon, asked, do you still keep in touch with any of the guys for the Olympic team? Were there any special friendships that you made in that intense period of time?
I definitely made a lot of friends. It was the whole experience, getting a chance in the dressing room. To me, there's so many superstars there, but they're such unbelievable players, but there's so many good guys there too, and just getting a chance to meet them personally. There's so many friends, and when we play them around the league after, it's a little different than say good job or good luck. But once we're on the ice, we're competitive as always, but definitely there's some good friends there and some memories made.
Great, lots of good questions coming in for you. This is Rick in Calgary asked this question: how big was Turek for you guys this year?
Roman was unbelievable for us. He gave us a chance to win, every night, and he's a huge goalie. He's so steady in there, and just look at the game in Edmonton last night. He stood on his head. If they got the goal early, it would have been a tougher game, and us being able to get the goal early because he was standing on his head gives us a chance to win that game.
Kelly?
Oh, yeah. We were at that dinner 3 weeks ago for the Calgary Booster Club, and you bought one of the actual Olympic flames that traveled across the states to Salt Lake City. What did you do with it?
Well, I'm going to be taking it home to my place there in my summer home there in St. Albert, and you talked me into buying that, and thank you very much. I got home and I looked at it, me and my fiance and family and stuff. We were pretty excited to have it because
that was great.
Salt Lake was a huge memory in my life, and it's nice to be able to. So thanks for talking me into that.
Well, I thought you should have it. I mean, it's only natural, the gold medal.
Yeah. Here's a question from Annie in Vancouver. It's kind of a neat question because you get a chance now to be a fan, probably, as you're not in the playoffs. If you ever get to watch the playoffs, who will you be rooting for?
That's tough. I'll definitely watch them as a fan. I like to see underdogs, in different series. As a fan, I love to see underdogs win. I don't have any specific team that I have any real ties that I want to pull for. But I have a few friends definitely around the league that I'll be cheering for. But all in all, I'd like to see underdogs and just enjoy watching the whole playoffs.
Maybe Canadian teams.
Well, Canadian teams is good too, but Vancouver beat us out, and it's tough. But no, it'd be great to see the Canadian teams do well. I know Toronto had a great playoffs last year, and I'm sure they're going to have another good run this year.
Okay, let's see if we got some other questions here for you, Jerome. I got to find one out here. We'd use that one. We're going to have one more. Let's see what we got. Would you consider this a successful season, even though you did not reach the postseason? And that's from Julia in Courtney, BC.
Well, there were a lot of positives, Julia. It's the run we got off to at the start of the season. We definitely thought we were going to be in the playoffs, and it's hard now being out and just looking at it. But being able to get on that run is a positive for our team. To lose 2 games in 20 and the things we were doing there, we know we're capable of it in the future. And being a young team, we got to gain some more experience. And unfortunately, we finished a couple games under 500, but we are going in the right direction. And it's not a success because our goal at the start of the season is to be in the playoffs, and we really believe we could do it. Unfortunately, we're not there, but we're going in the right way, and we have a lot of good things going.
I got to ask you this question because it's been on everybody's mind. Your situation in terms of your contract is changing. Do you want to be a Calgary Flame? Do you want to stay in this city and play?
Oh, I do. I really enjoy being a Calgary Flame. I've been given a great opportunity to play here and play a lot at a young age. And I think as a young team, we've been growing and we've been through hard times. And this is a hard one now, being out of the playoffs. But I think like I said, we've got good things going. And we have a good core, a lot of good young players, and we can. I'd love to be here, be a part of it, win together. And the city's great too.
And money-wise, Jerome, I think this is important. We mentioned this. You donate $1,000 for every goal you score to Kids Sport, so obviously $52,000. You must be awfully proud of that.
Well, I think Kids Sport is a great program. Sports can be very expensive, and I think they're a huge part of, a huge boost and for kids. And there's so many good qualities it helps with. And looking back, some of my best memories and my best friends are from sports. So I think it's a great program they have, and I feel very fortunate to be a part of it.
Love it when they ask this question. This is Christina in Wallaceburg, Ontario. Who was the player that you looked up to, Jerome, when you were a kid?
I looked up to a few for sure. I grew up in St. Albert, a city just outside Edmonton, and watching the Oilers, I looked up to Grant Fuhr a lot, and that was one of my biggest thrills of my career, was getting a chance to play with him. What a great guy he is. What a great goalie. And Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier were probably my three biggest idols. Just watching them win and their leadership, and I really looked up to those guys.
Jerome, I got to tell you, we had a ton of questions tonight, and I wish we could get to them all, but there were so many for you. If we could just say from Hockey Night in Canada, congratulations on a wonderful season. You're a class act, and if we had a vote, I might say that we might vote for you for the Hart Trophy candidate. Congratulations, Jerome, and good luck to you in the offseason.
Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
Jerome Iginla of the Calgary Flames, 52 goals this year, will win the Art Ross Trophy and most definitely be a candidate for the Hart Trophy in the National Hockey League as the most valuable player. After Hours will continue from the Pengrove Saddledome in just a moment.
How do you say limon? Bacardi limon on the rocks. Limon and cranberry. Limon Caesar. Limon margarita. Limon and lime soda. A new twist. Bacardi Limon.
Gun in Canada has to be registered, a law that upsets thousands of rural Canadians.
I think if anyone registered one, they'd keep it to themselves. They'd be so ashamed that they did it.
Gun control on land and sea, Sunday at 12:30 on CBC Television.
Tuesday, dreams of coming to Canada.
I lost trust in people.
Turned into nightmares by devious advice.
I said, don't worry about it. If we have to lie, we're going to lie. We're going to invent something.
CBC News Disclosure, Tuesday at 9.
Take a note, Ray. You've got your cup, Ray.
Back to Bob Bond. Score!
Montreal Canadiens win the Stanley Cup.
You're looking at a superb hockey machine.
He's got to be feeling on top of the world now.
Edmonton Oilers have won it again.
Right in front. They score!
The tradition continues with round 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs, starting Wednesday on CBC's Hockey Night in Canada.
Back on the ice here at the Pengrove Saddle Dome, we call that the melt. Some of the most intense moments of the night, thanks to people in trucks in Ottawa, Montreal, and here in Calgary. We have a phone call. This is Brendan in Saskatoon. Go ahead.
Hi, how are you guys tonight?
Great.
I was just going to ask Kelly Rudy, do you think Greg Gilbert will be back as the Flames head coach next season?
I think every coach would be under review when their coach or when their team doesn't make the playoffs, Brendan. But I suspect with the job that Greg has done here in Calgary, that they'd probably like to keep Greg Gilbert here. I think one for continuity. It's nice that he can stay and keep building with what they've started to accomplish here in Calgary. I know that Greg is the kind of guy that really understands the game well. And sometimes when players don't like coaches, and I'm not suggesting that it's rampant through the room, but for most of the coaches that I ever played with, I didn't like them. And so if you ever hear rumors about guys, well, maybe they don't like the coach, so what? I remember when I went to the Islanders in the early 80s, a lot of the guys at that time didn't like Al Arbor, and they had won 4 Stanley Cups. So those sort of stories I don't really take too much credence into.
Thank you, Brendan, for your question. There is no question that he is an intense guy, Greg Gilbert, that is. Here's our trivia question tonight. Who was the last player to win the Hart Trophy as the NHL most valuable player from a non-playoff team? We're saying that Jerome McGinley is a candidate in that category. Was it Al Rollins of the 54 Chicago Blackhawks? Maybe Andy Bathgate of the 1959 New York Rangers? Mario Lemieux in 1988 with the Pittsburgh Penguins? Wayne Gretzky, a 1989 Los Angeles Kings. Here's Andy Bathgate. You saw him a little early on. It happened on Hockey Night. He was with the Leafs then, but he was for a long time a New York Ranger. 1959, he had a whale of a season. And did he win the Hart Trophy as a non-playoff contender? Or how about Mario Lemieux? Wasn't he great? You played against
Oh,
that
boy.
guy.
He scored a lot of goals like that on me over my glove, and he made it look easy, too.
Yeah. And Wayne Gretzky, of course, really made it for the Los Angeles Kings, and you went there not long after that.
Yeah, that's right. He was a great player, and when you're that good, you do deserve to make the playoffs, or the MVP if you don't make the playoffs.
That's our trivia question. Here's our poll question. Who should be the NHL Goal of the Year, Coach of the Year this season? Scotty Bowman, Bobby Francis, Robbie Fatorik, Brian Sutter, Michelle Terrianer, Mark Crawford. The results overwhelmingly.
Wow.
Mark Crawford of the Vancouver Canucks, 60%. Next is Michelle Terrianer of Montreal. Votes for Canadian teams. Quick thought from you.
Well, that's interesting. They voted that way because I think there are a lot of teams out in the West that would not want to have to face the Vancouver Canucks.
Gotta tell you, I love doing After Hours with you.
Yeah, fun this year, huh?
Yeah, and great taking all of the questions from the fans. It's wonderful. But we are done for this season. Hopefully we'll be back next year. Of course, our 50th season on Hockey Night in Canada and the Stanley Cup playoffs will cap it off. They begin on a Wednesday. Who knows who's playing who? All we know are a lot of Canadian teams involved. Thanks for watching us. Thanks to all our technicians. And for now, so long from After Hours in Calgary.
CBC Sports, Canada's Olympic Network.
The Men's World Curling Championship Finals live on CBC Sports starting tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern on CBC.